Okay, so this is our Florette. The kids named it that. It's made out of, in this case, an onion skewer, but I'm going to show you how we make them. All right, so what you need is some regular size grocery bags, some onion skewers. Now at this point, I don't know if you can still find these. I bought a whole bunch of these at Ace Hardware. If you can't find these, you can go on Amazon and get something called poultry lacers, but you don't want them very long. These are about 4 inches long, 4.5 inches long. You don't want them any longer than that because then they won't be able to stick into the ground far enough. And then I use my Leatherman. You can use any pliers as long as it has this space here with these teeth. And I'll show you why in a minute. And a pair of scissors. And I used to try to make 3 or 4 out of each bag, but the bags are free and I recycle the parts we don't use, so I don't care that much anymore. So I usually make 2 out of each bag. So let me show you how we do it. Just strip the bag down like that with the handles over here, and then you open your skewers. So I'll take one, and then I go down about 4 inches or so, 3 inches, and I kind of twist it to get the whole bag inside the skewer end or the lacer end if you're using poultry lacers. Then I take this and I use these teeth of the thing to grab the edges. Otherwise, if you do this part, it'll just keep sliding sideways. And I just crimp it like that. Now it's going to hit right here, and I just move it a little bit so that it goes past, and I squeeze it just as hard as I can. Okay. Then I turn it like this, and this first cut, I'm going to cut this one, but I'm also going to cut the end off this one because it's the closed end, and we want it to kind of flare out like a flower. So I cut it like that. I'm going to make one more out of this. This little piece is discarded, and then I flare it out like a flower. And there's one. Now when you stick it down into the ground, it really is still in 2 pieces, but when you stick it down into the ground, it kind of goes like that, and they can march on it. And we can use these, we've used these for about 3 seasons before I start replacing them. And then when we replace them, I'll make 30 or 40, and then the kids will tell me how many of them are really trashed and bent and broken and stuff. And then if we need to make more, we will. I'll show you one more time. I'll do one more out of this one. So the handles don't work so well. They get too floppy. So we're going to cut down to about here. So I'll take one more lacer. And from here to about, I don't know, right where the handles start, about halfway between those 2 spots, roll it in. Turn it maybe a little bit bigger, then crimp it. Cut it, and we'll recycle these little bits. And most grocery stores, you can take parts of bags or whole bags and just take them back, and they recycle them for you. And so there's another one. Cool. Now, one other thing is that we tend to, our football field, the earth is very packed. So the kids, when they lay out the tape measure, they don't try to go straight down because they can't get it all the way down. So they'll go in at an angle so that it ends in the ground like that. Depending on how hard your soil is, you'll have to experiment with it. I'll also do a video where I show you how we put them in. It's all my equipment managers, which I have a pretty big equipment manager crew, and then each rehearsal, one section will help them. So like on Monday, it'll be equipment managers and trumpets or something like that, and then the next week, and the equipment managers, rotate through the sections. A couple of the sections are too small, so they put them together, like tenors and trombones will work together. And it works really well. They can put them in about 10 minutes. The whole band takes them out. They all, volunteers will start at the back of the field and just pick them up and come forward to the field. Also, I bought some all red bags from Amazon and made some red ones, and we use those for hashes and for the center of the field.